everyone, so today I'm doing a book haul video. So these are just some books that I picked up at the charity shop. I haven't read any of them yet, but I just wanted to show the ones I got and sort of what they're about and why they appealed to me. So the first one is by Celia Rees, not too sure how to pronounce the name, and it's called Blood Sinister. So I just thought it a little bit scary. It is a sort of typical young adult horror book, I think. And let's just read the blurb. So, the old leather-bound diary is just a diversion for Ellen Forrest at first. Sent to rest at her grandmother's house, she begins reading it to take her mind off her mysterious illness. For no one knows why she's so pale and drawn, so bloodless. But the bizarre history that unfolds is so compelling, so strangely tangled up with her own life, that resting proves impossible. Ellen begins to feel even more drained than before. Could something be reaching across the centuries to claim her, bleeding her dry? So that sounds really creepy to me. So it sounds like this girl has got quite a serious illness. It sounds almost like anemia, and then she finds this like creepy old diary. So that's sort of my typical book that just appealed to me. I did like the way the cover looked. So that's the first one. The second one is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. So I've heard about this before, and as far as I know, it's about a very old man who actually has some sort of power, or for some reason he can stay looking young, but I think he has to like look in a mirror for a certain amount of time each day, like at his old self, to be able to stay that way. So this is quite a classic novel. I've read One Thing by Oscar Wilde before. I read The Importance of Being Earnest, his play, which I really enjoyed. So I think he's quite a good writer, and I like sort of certain classic books. I think they are important to read, and as a private tutor they're really good. So this doesn't really have like a proper blurb or anything, so sorry I can't really give like much information, but yeah, it's definitely some sort of thing to do with age and like being able to look young but actually being like really old actually, so it's a bit creepy. That's that one. The next one is called Grave Matter, and this is by, I think it's Juno Dawson. I just picked this one because I love the way the cover looks. So it's like really got like a nice thick cover, and just the design looks really cool and creepy. So we've got like this like ghostly like woman like standing over a gravestone, and then the back we have almost like the gravestone text, and then it just says, "Eliza turns to me. Sam," she says as tears run down her face, "I died." So that was really weird. So there's a bit more about it in the inside cover, so I'll read that too. Since the crash, since Eliza died, Samuel is lost. Overwhelmed by need to see his love again, everyday life offers no solace. Memories of his Aunt Marie's healing powers lead Samuel to the milkman, and a pact with dark forces that he can scarcely understand, let alone control. So it sounds a bit weird, a little bit supernatural and stuff. Usually I'm not a massive fan of supernatural stuff, but I just thought it was weird. Like, it sounds like the idea of someone dying, or like they've seen themselves die, or they've seen their grave, but they're actually still alive, which like just sounds really weird and creepy. It looks like quite big text and stuff, so it looks pretty cool. But yeah, sort of a young adult's book, and I like some sort of like illustrations and stuff inside it, and like each chapter has like some illustrations and stuff. So yeah, I just thought it looked pretty cool, and I love the cover, so I got that one. Next up, I got this one here. It's such a stunning book. Again, the cover makes a big difference to me. I know they literally say don't judge a book by a cover, but I think, you know, it's got really good artwork or colours that appeal. That is kind of a big deal to me, but obviously I read the blurb as well and then, you know, judge it more from that too. But yeah, I just love the colour scheme here. It's so pretty, and like the girl with the little cat. So this is called Rose by Holly Webb, so a best-selling author. And again, sort of a young adult book. It says 9+ on the back, so hopefully it's not too babyish for me. But yeah, I'm 21 years old, but I love young adult books. I just find them like, because I like horrors and thrillers, I think often adult horrors and thrillers just go into like crime fiction a lot of the time, like murder mysteries, and can be a bit samey. But with young adult books, I feel they're sometimes more creative and stuff like that, so I like something a bit different. So I'll read the back of this. So, where have all the children gone? Mr. Fountain's grand residence is a world away from the dark orphanage Rose has left behind. For the house is overflowing with sparkling magic, she can feel it. And soon Rose realises that she might just be a little bit magical too. But when orphans begin mysteriously disappearing, Rose's magic is put to the test. Can she find the missing children before it's too late? So that's really cool. And then at the bottom it says the first of Rose's spellbinding adventures. So that's good to know that I did actually pick up the first one. Not hate if like, do you ever buy a book and then you look at it and you realise you bought like the 5th in the series? You're like, no. So yeah, I just thought this seemed pretty cool. Again, it's got quite big text and stuff. So it is, you know, possibly for younger readers as well as, you know, whoever else wants to read it. I like this idea of an orphanage and then some like children going missing, so there's a sense of mystery there, which sounds pretty cool, and it's so beautiful. If nothing else, it looks really nice. Next up, we've got another sort of horror book, and another young adults one, I think. So this is called Angel Blood by John Singleton, and it was shortlisted for the Book Trust Teenage Prize. That's a good thing that it's obviously been put forward for awards. So let's read the blurb. So it looks like this. There are just 4 of us left. Chicken Angel, Lights Out, Cough Cough, and me. I'm X-Ray. The nurses call this place the bin. We have to get out. We have to run away before they hurt us for good. But there's no escaping Dr. Dearly and his brutality, is there? 4 extraordinary children face a terrifying ordeal. The only hope is local hard case Nail, but has he got what it takes to save them? It sounds a bit weird. So there's like these kids that have all got like really weird nicknames, and they're in some sort of hospital, I assume, and they're just trying to get out, and for some reason they think it's like really dangerous. So it does sound a bit strange. Does typically sound like a teenage book because we're dealing with like quite young characters, but it looked interesting, so I thought I'd give that one a go. And I do want to do more of these book like hauls and reviews and stuff, so once I've like read a few books I would just like to like review them. I did one previous one, so do go and check that out if you're interested. And they weren't just like horror books, I read like a few dramas and other young adult books in that previous one, so do check that out if you haven't already. But we have one more, and this one. So Midnight is a Place by Joan Aiken. Sorry, I'm very bad at pronouncing things. I think it's Joan Aiken. So again, the cover I thought looked quite interesting, and then the back just has like some quotes about, you know, what people thought about it. So I don't actually know if there's like a sort of a blurb to this, so I kind of picked this up and I was like, just looks kind of weird, interesting. So yeah, it's quite small text in this one, it's not as big as the other ones. Yeah, let's see what it says on the back here. So the Daily Telegraph has a quote here. There is nobody like Joan Aiken for creating chilling nightmares. In Midnight is a Place, we have machines which crush children to death, herds of man-eating hogs in subterranean sewers, and a wicked old gentleman charred to a crisp in the burning remains of his ill-gotten house. Miss Aiken writes superbly with a force, a colour and a strength of imagination that one encounters all too rarely today. So that sounds really weird. So it sounds like killing children? Yay! I don't really know what that's about, but it was definitely really interesting, so I picked that up, and it just looks a bit unusual. It's quite thick as well, like compared to some of the other ones. So yeah, those are the books I got. Obviously, like I said, this isn't really a review or anything because I haven't even like read a single page of these. I just wanted to show the ones I got and, you know, sort of what they're about from what I can pick up from the blurb or whatever. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please give this a like if you enjoyed finding out about the books that I picked up. Please subscribe if you want to see more book reviews or more book stuff, or just like if you like toy stuffs or unboxings. I do lots of stuff like that as well. So yeah, do subscribe, leave me a comment down below what you think about these books, and let me know if you recommend any books for me to check out as well, because I do want to get a lot more into reading now. So if there's any, like, you know, your top couple of books, do let me know in the comments down below what books you really enjoy to read. So like I said, like these ones were pretty much all like definitely horror books, like young adult horrors mostly. But in my previous book review I did like some dramas and other stuff. So I'll be happy to read a range within reason. So yeah, okay, well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!